Today we're going to talk about filing a limited exemption with the New York State Department of Financial Services on behalf of your company. Every year, individuals and companies need to file for a limited exemption if they meet one of several criteria. Today we're going to be talking about filing on behalf of your company. To do so, open a web browser, navigate to myportal.dfs.ny.gov/web/cybersecurity. This link will be made available at the end of this short video, so no need to write that down. When you do so, it will take you to a login page. Ours is pre-populated here because we file on behalf of our clients regularly, for our outsourced clients, that is, if we have a proxy on file for them. If you have a login, you'll enter your email address and password here. If you've never been here before and don't have an account, you can create an account down here. I'm going to sign in, and once I'm here, I'm presented with three tiles. Today, we're going to choose the exemption. The other two are for your annual compliance and if you ever have a cyber event that needs to be reported. We click Begin in the exemption. Now, this presents us with the four categories of licensure of your company. And if you know what that is, you can certainly choose that and continue, like I might do here. But I usually prefer to do Help Find My Entity. And I'll click this, and we'll get a little pop-up where we can choose to find our company. You can also use this for names. But today, I'm going to use this to find the company that we're going to demonstrate with. And I'll choose that, and I just entered the first few words. You can even do this by first 7 or more letters. In this case, I went with a few words, and that's the company. I happen to know their NLMS and NYS number, so I'm going to click on that. And now we are at the top right corner. You can see we've selected that company, and we're going to begin to file. And here you have three options. You can resubmit or have a first-time submission, amend a previously filed exemption, or remove the exemption status if that status is changed. Today, we're going to choose the resubmission and/or filing for the first time. And this pop-up that came down below is the same whether you've chosen 1 or 2. It doesn't particularly matter. 3 is a much shorter process if you're removing your filing for exemption. So we are choosing to resubmit. We are resubmitting. When you resubmit for a company, you're choosing typically one of these 6 items. So you are either less than 10 employees, less than $5 million in gross annual revenue in any year of the last 3 years, or less than $10 million in assets. It could be any one of those things in total year-end assets. If the company was covered by another covered entity, you could choose 19B. And each of these are pretty self-explanatory. C is if you don't have any systems in place that have PII in them, and or you don't operate them, and or you're a captive insurance company. In this case, I'm going to choose the first 3, and then I'm going to attest that I have read and understand the above informations relative to this section, that further action is required. You have to file for the exemption under that based on 1 through 3, C, and D, as we just went over. Choose Next. And here, this is the person who's filing. Now, I'm filing on behalf of our client. And so I'm going to have our information in here. If you were filing in behalf of your company, your information would go here. So this pre-fills with information we've already done before. I'm now going to choose who we are. We are the virtual chief information security officer for the company. Our phone number goes there. I swear and affirm that I am authorized to submit this notice of exemption on behalf of that company. I choose Submit, and this is the only receipt I'm going to get. This number is absolutely critical. Write it down, because frequently the Department of Financial Services can't find that you filed, and this receipt number is your only proof of filing, and they only want you to file electronically, so there is no other way to file as well. Okay. That's it. It wasn't terribly difficult, as I said. It's easy to go through the steps if you have all of your information prepared and in front of you. Here's some resources. As promised, I was going to leave the website up. That's up here. The second link on the page is the website I navigated to initially. This first URL just are some FAQs and helpful resources on the Department of Financial Services website. And down here is our URL and our phone number, absolutelogic.com. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to reach out. Thank you.